What's going on, people? It's your boy Dre, and I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I actually did a live stream video on YouTube. I've been mostly doing my live streams on Facebook, but I decided that I actually wanted to do some videos on YouTube again as well. You know, it's been a while since I've talked to my YouTube subscribers or people on the YouTube platform. Now, today, what this video is going to be about is Google Stadia and why Google Stadia is my favorite gaming platform. I'm actually going to show you a few things that Google Stadia can actually do, all the features and things like that, you know. Like the Google Stadia platform gets a lot of criticism, but I believe that Google Stadia is probably one of the best next-gen platforms. I mean, we know that there's a PlayStation 5 that's out. We know that there's an Xbox Series X and S that is out as well. Me personally, though, I actually like Google Stadia better. Don't get me wrong, I like PlayStation and Xbox, but I like Google Stadia's service a lot better. And I'm going to show y'all in a minute why. Now, look, I actually do have an Xbox controller right here. I also have a PlayStation controller. So, yeah, I own the controllers. I just don't have the actual systems, you know. My family members actually have those, you know, and friends have the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Me personally, I like to go with Google Stadia. So, let me show y'all a few things that I actually do like about Google Stadia, and I can explain to you why it is a very good service, okay? I'm just hoping that everybody has been doing very well and things like that. Okay, so let me go to the Google Stadia website. I actually do have devices here that actually work with Google Stadia, and that's the one reason why that I like Google Stadia is how many devices actually work with that platform. Okay, so right now, let me go to the website here. You see that I'm on google.com. And here we go. Here's Stadia right there on the screen. So let me go to that website, you know, stadia.google.com. And there you go. As you can see on the screen, I have Una. And I have more games than that as well. I was just checking the screen right there. And I'm going to show y'all a couple other things I have as well. I also got a lot of Amazon devices as well as Google devices too, you know. But here, look, I have a Chromecast Ultra. I also have a Chromecast with Google TV, which is plugged up to my monitor right now. But right now, I'm actually using my PC. You know, the Xbox One controller that I showed earlier is connected to my Chromecast with Google TV, whereas my PlayStation 5 controller is connected to the PC, so I can show y'all a few things. In fact, see, it says the controller is linked right now. So I can use my PlayStation 5 controller to move around and things like that. So I'm in my home screen here. Okay, and here's one thing that I do like about Google Stadia is that, yeah, how many platforms that you can actually or how many devices you can play this platform on, I should say. Okay? I can play it on a Chromecast Ultra. I can play it on the PC, as you see right now. I can also play it with the Google TV Chromecast or Chromecast with Google TV, to be more specific. I always say Google TV Chromecast to shorten it a bit. I could also play Google Stadia on an Amazon tablet, Google tablets. I can play Google Stadia on my smartphone. So, and you can also play it on Android smart TVs as well. So basically, this service works on any device that runs the internet. As long as you have a Chrome web browser or even a Microsoft Edge web browser, it will work. I say Chrome is better. It does use a little bit more RAM, but you'll see why it runs better, especially if you're playing your game on a 4G LTE internet connection. It will still run smooth. It might run at 720p, maybe even 1080p, but it will actually be able to move at 60 frames per second. I've done this. So, yeah. Like, streaming wise, it is probably the best service. It's actually better than Xbox cloud streaming. And I have Xbox cloud streaming. I'm telling you, the performance of Stadia is a lot better. It really is. Don't get me wrong though, Xbox cloud streaming does have very good graphics. Graphics might be a little bit better on Xbox cloud streaming, but me, personally, I'm going to also go with performance. I need something that's not going to lag or anything like that. And then you get a lot more choices with Google Stadia. See, look, as I mentioned earlier, the controllers, right? You can use a PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller. You can also use a Stadia controller. You can use other controllers as well, like Nintendo Switch controllers. Anything that has Bluetooth or USB, it will work. Okay? And you could even see that the mouse and keyboard even works on here as well. See? Look, I could use the keyboard right here. I could use the mouse. You see? You can use that to play games as well when you're on the PC version. So, that's what I like about Google Stadia. You got a lot more choices to play games. And you can play with multiple controllers at the same time. So, say, for example, if a person is saying that they are a PlayStation fan, they mainly like the PlayStation controller. Then another person says they mainly like the Xbox controller. They're mainly an Xbox fanboy. Well, we both can play the same game together with two different controllers. Like Madden. See, you could play this game of Madden with both a PlayStation and Xbox controller at the same time. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. Things like that. Games like that Monster Boy, that's on there. It even shows you that it can play with PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch controller at the same time. I'm telling you, that's actually a very good thing. You know what I'm saying? So look, I got my library right here. It says see all, and I could actually do some other things as well. Well, as you look up on the screen right here, it says that I could share 82 games with my Google family group. I can have 5 people on my family plan, and they would have at least 82 of my games, whether it says Stadia Pro or a game that I bought. Now, the games like Uno, they would not be able to share unless I actually buy the game because I'm subscribed to Ubisoft Plus for them. But I wanted that subscription as well, too, you know, to put even more games on my Stadia account. Overall, it says my library is 105 games, but 82 of them can be shared. And it's going to be up to 87 in a minute because I'm going to show y'all what else Stadia can do in a little bit. But here are all the games that I got. You see, you got Uno, got Mortal Kombat 11, Madden 21, NBA 2K21, Ark Survival Evolved. It would be mostly games that you would actually see on your PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, or even PC as well. Then Stadia does also have some exclusives too. But me personally, I'm not real big on exclusives like how I used to be. You know, I need more third-party games, things like that. But see, look at a lot of the games that I got. And I'm going to show you that you can actually play this on different devices as well, too. But you see? Here's all the games that I got. I could also move it down with the controller as well, see? But there you go. So those are my 105 games that I got right there. Yeah, they're really good. what I really like about Stadia is other features as well. Now, they just added a feature on the phone version. Let me show y'all this. As you can see me on the camera here. See, I got the Google Stadia app on my phone. It's right at the bottom right there. Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, there you see it right there by Cash App. Here we go, and I'm typing it in. Or press the button, whatever you like to say. It says I can actually play on this phone screen, even though this phone really isn't all supported for Stadia like that, but it can play a game. See? And it will tell me which screen I could actually play this on. See, let me hit this button right here. And it'll say choose where to play. And it will tell you all the supported screens right here. See? It says this device. Then it says the Stadia TV, which is my Chromecast with Google TV. Then I have the Chromecast Ultra, which is not plugged in. I just showed you that earlier. But when this is plugged in, it will play to that as well. With that being said, the Chromecast Ultra can also play with a PlayStation and Xbox controller, but you're going to actually need your phone in this case. Whereas on the Chromecast with Google TV, you won't. You see, there's an option on here where you hit the little controller button up top. If y'all can see it right there by my friends list. See, it shows you which controllers you can play with. The PlayStation, Xbox, and Stadia controller. I had a Stadia controller at one time, but I had to give it to a friend because she wanted to play Stadia. But I'm going to buy another Stadia controller because the controller's really good. But anyway, look at this. It says phone touch gamepad, which is phone linking. What you do is you take your PlayStation and Xbox controller, add it via Bluetooth or USB to your controller, right? And then once you do that, you would just hit the, it'll say play on TV or whatever down here. And then that's what you would hit. And then you will be able to play it on the Chromecast Ultra. Since the Chromecast Ultra doesn't do direct Bluetooth with the controllers. You see what I'm saying? So that's actually good, though. I mean, because these things are really cheap. In fact, I might even give this one away to somebody. And I've heard that Google's actually giving this away for free if you buy a game that costs $60 or more. Yeah, they're trying to do that later on this month until next month. Okay, so yeah, that's actually a really good feature. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that Google Stadia really can do. Okay? So, look. Let me show you what Google Stadia else can do. Like, when you want a game on here, and you actually want to have it to your collection, you don't have to wait for a download. In fact, I'm going to actually show y'all that right now. Let me go to home real quick. So it says my library again. This is the main page. These are all about games. And then here we go right here. It says Pro Games, the claim. Actually, I got 5 of them here. I'm going to actually go to Pro up here real quick. See, and there's 2. There we go. There's 2 of them that says they're free for me that I can get right now. These are all my other pro games like Ark Survival Evolved, Crata, things like that. But I got Cake Bash that I could claim right now. The game Spirit, Lucky's Big Adventure is another game I could claim. Hello Engineer was one of them. Control Ultimate Edition, which I heard Control was a very good game. I get Mafia free, which I heard was also a good game. And they're free. So let me see how many games that was. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 games that I can claim right now for free. And being a pro member, you pay $10 a month, right? But you'll get 4K HDR content, you know? And that's why I get the Stadia Pro. That's why I got Stadia Pro. Because I wanted 4K. I want HDR. Then I also want deals like this. Okay? So let me show y'all. Let's go with Cake Bash real quick. Alright? Says the game is free. So, right here it says I could claim the game. And watch. When I claim the game, it says I could already own it. And it says I could share this with my family. And then watch this. I just click on X or hit the mouse button. And then I can already play the game already. I don't have to wait for no download or none of that crap. You know what I'm saying? That saves me so much time and so much money in the long run. That's what I be trying to tell people. I can't wait. I honestly cannot wait that long to actually play a game that I just bought. I mean, we're in the 21st century now. We should be next gen. And this is actually next gen for me. See, now it says I can press the options button to play the game. You see? I can actually play the game right then and there. Now, say for example, if somebody wanted to play another game on like a different system, or better yet, how about if they wanted to watch TV or something like that, and they're like, I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt your game. Well, let me show you something that we can do, okay? We ain't gotta have our game interrupted all like that. See, watch this. I said that we could get Stadia on different devices, right? Well, look, I'm gonna use my my Amazon Fire tablet, right? I'm gonna hit up this button right here on the web button right there. Let's see. And see, there goes Google Stadia right there on my screen. You know, I'm using a web browser. So basically what I would be using on a PC. And then look, here's what I can do. See, that's the game that's on now. See, it shows up right there on the thing. So look, I could just do this. I just get button to that. See? And then I can continue where I left off, right on there. You see what I'm saying? I could do that. It could switch to another device like that in a second, because it's streaming. You see what I'm saying? And let's say if I don't want to play it on there. Yeah. We can always switch it on my phone. Right? I could always switch it to my phone. See, on my phone it says this screen again. And then there goes the Cake Bash game right there again. Watch this. Since it's already on the tablet right now. Alright? I'm gonna just do this. See? And now I can switch right over to the phone. Then it says no controller found. I could always press this to put in a Stadia controller. Or I could try the touch gamepad like this. And you'll see like touch controllers on there as well. It'll be the Stadia touch controls. I don't know if y'all can see it real well, but you see? There you go. I see the L button and all that right there. Okay, so yeah, you get that. You can switch seamlessly through other devices and don't have to wait. That's actually a very good thing. That's really next gen. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, you get features like that. So I'm going to exit that game. And yeah, you can actually add your controllers to your tablet and smartphone via USB. and Bluetooth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. With Google Stadia, I'm saving a lot more money on their service. I don't need to buy a specific console or anything like that. Everything's streamed on here. And then you actually own your games too. It just be saved right to your Gmail account. Also, when you buy games on Google Stadia, let me mention this. If you buy games on Google Stadia and you have a Gmail account or a Google Play account, right? You actually get discounts in your Google Play Store. Or if you're subscribed to services like YouTube TV, or you buy movies and music and videos from YouTube, you could get discounts from from being a Stadia subscriber or buying Stadia games, I should say. Yeah, and vice versa. It gives you credit towards your account. That's the reason why I like Google Stadia so much, because it's actually saving me more money and more value, and it's actually doing better for me as a consumer and a gamer. You see, these console fanboys be trying to tell me, well, yeah, it's only good to just play on a PlayStation. It's only good to play just on an Xbox. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not true at all. I mean, you could argue with me about exclusives, but I guarantee you that there's more people that play on the PlayStation that play third-party games like Call of Duty more than they would a game like Uncharted. Same thing goes for Xbox. I guarantee you more people play a Call of Duty game than they would Halo or Gears of War. Let's just be real, you know? That's why I say, like, what's more important when it comes to these guys arguing is these right here. The controller. Not the console itself. It's the controller that's better, you know? You don't have a controller, your console is useless, basically. See, Stadia reminds me that playing on a console is not the most important thing. It's playing on a controller and having a screen. You know, I don't care about the console no more. I mean, most of them consoles feel like a ripoff to me anyway. You gotta buy this for exclusivity. I don't need all that. I really don't. You know, I'm a grown man. I need more than that. Plus, I could always use PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass. I mean, I'm subscribed to those services anyway, so I really don't even need your console in order to, you know, have the good experience or get your exclusives, things like that. I do not want to be paying that much money and then not being able to have the time to actually play your games. You see, I get time to play Madden on my tablet. I can play Madden on my phone. I can play it on my Chromecast and my computer, all my devices. So I'm saving a lot more time and a lot more money. That's why I like Google Stadia a lot better than this other stuff. Google Stadia is going to be very successful. I really do believe that. Yep. So what I'm going to do is actually claim some more games right here. Let's claim that. So I claim that game. Let's claim this game. You see, I can already play the game right then and there. Don't even have to wait for no download or anything like that. Saving more time and money. You know, I mean, that's what would make me like gaming even more. To be able to have more choices and options and things like that. You know, instead of me having to spend $500 on a brand new console and then probably have to upgrade it within the next 3 years, I could just get these devices, you know, and Google's going to be upgrading stuff on their end, at their servers, things like that. Believe it or not, if you read the specs of Google Stadia, it's actually got very similar specs to a PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. For real, it does. They just only put it at a shorter end right now. just because they want the service to run good through streaming. Remember, they're doing straight streaming. No CD drive, no hard drive or solid state drives inside the system or anything like that. No, it's just straight streaming. This is, something different. Not going to say it's brand new technology because they have been doing streaming since the 90s, with not PlayStation. I was going to say Sega Channel. Yeah, because I had Sega Channel before. You had to pay $15 a month with your cable services in order to get multiple games like Sonic the Hedgehog, Vector Man, Rystar. Yeah, games like that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm claiming this game too. Yeah, and I got more games in a shorter amount of time being on Stadia than I have ever on a PlayStation or Xbox. You know what I'm saying? And then majority of the games that I play are third party. So that's part of the reason why I went with Google Stadia. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. I need something that's going to save me a lot of money and time. And then not only that, with me saving money, like being on a Chromecast and your phone, it's going to definitely save you money on your electric bill too. I mean, because the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X uses a lot of wattage in them devices. It uses a lot of power. We're talking about like 200, 300 watts or something like that them devices use, whereas a device like the Chromecast is only using 5 watts. So we're talking about 40 times, this using 40 times the electricity that this thing is using. This can actually use more controllers. It's not limited to just one controller or anything like that. That's why I went over to Google Stadia, because it's more better for the consumer. Even though the games cost $60, but you get to play it on all different devices. That's actually a huge advantage for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially with just streaming. So, yeah. That's why when people try to argue with me and tell me, well, the other stuff's better. No, it's not. It's really not. Then there's also what they call a chipset shortage that's out right now. Okay? That means, your companies like Sony and Microsoft ain't getting all the parts to mass produce a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. They got a CPU shortage, a GPU shortage, RAM shortage for those type of things. You ain't seeing a shortage on a Chromecast like that. I'm not saying there ain't one. I'm just saying you're not going to see a big shortage on devices like this. And then if you can't get a Chromecast, you always have your phone. I'm pretty sure almost everybody uses YouTube, so you have a Google account, so you can automatically get Stadia. So there's no argument there. Pretty sure a lot of people have a smart TV. Well, maybe not an Android one, but if you do have an Android smart TV, you can use that. Or if you have a PC or a tablet, you can get this on there too. Oh yeah, and it works on iOS devices as well. So yeah, it works on iPhones and iPads, because my friend has an iPad, and she has an Nvidia Shield TV. So yeah, it works on devices like that as well. That's what I'm saying. As long as your device has the internet, Stadia automatically works. And you can use different controllers on it. You know what I'm saying? It's opening up for all different types of gamers. Whether you're casual or a hardcore gamer. It's actually doing better for the consumer. And that's something I really do like. Okay?